Hi, Alison Mead here, tripping over, and another instalment of my keto journey. So, first of all, if you haven't seen it already, then I went to see Mark Brereton from Keto Fitness Club 3 or 4 weeks ago, and recorded an episode of the Keto Chapters, Keto Fitness Podcast, talking about my keto journey, maintaining, and a bit about why I do keto with my history of having rheumatoid arthritis as a child. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, then go and take a look. And I want to talk to you a bit more about what you do on keto when you've hit your targets and you're maintaining. So I was getting a little bit stressed with the idea of going out to places and not being in control so much of my food anymore, because being in control during the COVID-19 lockdowns really helped me to not have food in that I would be tempted to eat, keeping to the keto lifestyle and having the time to learn to cook new recipes. So yesterday evening, went down to a gig in London to go and see my favourite band, who are called Tankus the Henge. Do check them out. And we ended up leaving home a little bit late. I had tried to make sure before I went that I'd had plenty of protein, and I'd made some chicken nuggets the day before that were coated in a mix of ground linseed, ground sunflower seeds, and a good dollop of egg white powder. And then I'd fried them in my Ninja to make them nice and crispy, and I kept some back to have as snacks yesterday. And I'd also made myself a chocolate chip cookie where the main ingredient is almond flour and 85% chocolate. So, having had my usual bacon sandwich on low-carb mega bread lunch, I then had a few snacks of chicken nuggets and a couple of slices of that cookie before we left in the evening, to make sure that I didn't make bad decisions because I was really hungry. When we got to London, we had an hour before the concert was on at a venue called Scala. So we were looking for somewhere where we couldn't really go in and sit and have a meal, but we were looking for fast food. Now, I'd heard good things about Five Guys doing burgers without a bun, and there was one just round the corner from the venue, so that's where we went. So I had a burger with cheese and bacon, and when I asked the lady on the counter to have it without the bun, she said, "Oh, would you like it in a lettuce wrap instead?" Which is perfect. I also asked for it with extra mayonnaise. I don't really like spicy and hot stuff, so it just had mayonnaise on it. And oh my God, it was completely delicious. The one thing I did have, which I didn't kind of plan to, was I had a few chips with it as well. And you know what happens with chips is if you order your own, and I hate food waste, I would then eat them all. And what I found is usually the people that you are with, if you're with non-keto people, don't mind if you just nick a few of theirs. That way then you're not denying yourself. But I felt sated that I had had a few chips, and I knew I was going straight onto a gig afterwards where I was going to be dancing around for the next 2 or 3 hours. And that's what I did. And I'm really happy with those food choices, that, you know, I was able to join in with other people. I was able to have something delicious in the burger. But I know, as Mark says in Keto Fitness Club, is make the best choices that you have available to you. And I feel that's what I did do yesterday. And before now, I think I would have really beaten myself up about the fact that I had a few chips. But this is a lifestyle. And you know what, last night I fancied a few chips dipped in mayonnaise, and that's what I had. We then went on to the gig, watching Tanker Sahenge, where I bopped and danced around. And do you know what? We ended up getting back into Milton Keynes at about midnight last night, and then I had a cup of tea and another slice of my biscuit. She said, just going through a gate with the dog, trying not to trip myself up. And do you know, the whole reason for following this lifestyle is that I have a lot less aches and pains. So in the past, I would have only have gone to gigs if it was a seated gig, because I would have been worried about travelling there, raining, seating through the gig and then getting back home. But last night we were able to catch the train from Milton Keynes into London, walk 20 minutes to just past King's Cross to get to Scala, the venue, stand up for the whole of the concert, which was from the support act to finishing from about 7:30 till 10:30, walk back to the station and then get back home and not have that horrible, tired aches and pains. And I won't say I have no aches and pains, but oh my god, it's such a difference now that it's completely manageable. I mean, I'm 50 years old. Even if you haven't got my history of having arthritis as a child, you kind of expect to have a few aches and pains now, and I feel like now I am no different to anybody else my age. So following this lifestyle has enabled me to go and do things that would have never been possible in the past. So there you go, just wanted to give you a quick update, and say it's totally worth committing and following this lifestyle strictly, but then when you hit your targets and you're maintaining, then you know, you can choose where you want to go slightly off piste and choose what your non-negotiables are. Yesterday, my non-negotiable was bread. I don't want to eat it. I'm not interested. It's just empty carbs. I just fancied a few nice chips, and that's what I had. So that's Alison signing off on her keto fitness journey. And again, out on my dog walk with Daisy. Where is she? There she is. And going out walking at least once, if not twice a day, which again would never have been possible before all the changes that I've made. I hope that proves some kind of inspiration or some ideas to you to keep going. Do have a look at Keto Fitness Club in the UK, Mark and the crew, and have a look at their podcast, the Keto Chapters, and look for the one with me, Alison Mead, on it. Speak to you soon.